In a significant development for national defense, three prominent American technology companies, SpaceX, Palantir Technologies, and Anduril Industries, have emerged as leading contenders to spearhead a critical segment of President Donald Trump's envisioned Golden Dome missile defense initiative. These companies are reportedly collaborating on a proposal to deploy and maintain an extensive satellite network designed to detect and track incoming missile threats. The proposed system may involve the deployment of a constellation ranging from 400 to over 1,000 satellites dedicated to tracking, along with a separate fleet of 200 offensive satellites equipped with either laser weaponry or missiles. Notably, while SpaceX is heavily involved in the overall satellite network, it is not anticipated to participate in the weaponization phase of the project. Currently, the United States Department of Defense is in the early stages of evaluating how this initiative will be structured. As such, significant aspects of the eventual design may still undergo alterations as more information becomes available and strategic decisions are finalized. Despite being in its infancy, the collaborative effort between these companies is reportedly gaining momentum. This progress is believed to be fueled in part by the firm's established connections with former President Trump, who has expressed a strong interest in advancing national defense technologies. One particularly novel concept introduced by SpaceX is the idea of offering access to the satellite-based defense infrastructure as a subscription service. Under this model, the United States government would pay for access to the system rather than owning the physical equipment outright. This approach has raised concerns among officials within the Department of Defense, who are wary of relinquishing long-term control over critical defense systems. The Golden Dome initiative has attracted interest from over 300 companies, including traditional defense contractors such as Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Boeing, and Raytheon Technologies. While SpaceX's rapid development capabilities and existing satellite infrastructure may offer a competitive advantage, some experts remain skeptical about the company's ability to deliver a comprehensive and cost-effective defense system. The Golden Dome program, established through an executive order signed by President Trump on January 27, 2025, aims to create a comprehensive shield protecting the United States against a range of missile threats, including ballistic, hypersonic, and advanced cruise missiles. Implementing the Golden Dome is expected to require extensive collaboration across various government agencies and the defense industry. Space Force officials have compared the project's scale to the Manhattan Project, highlighting the need for a unified national effort to achieve its objectives. The Golden Dome initiative represents a significant shift in U.S. defense policy, focusing on enhancing homeland security against evolving missile threats. As the project progresses, it will be essential to monitor developments and assess the feasibility of this ambitious defense system. In other news, although the Standard & Poor's 500 index has not yet declined by an amount that would officially signal the start of a bear market, it is currently undergoing its steepest decline since the year 2022. In recent weeks, it has experienced a great deal of volatility, largely driven by turmoil related to tariffs. The volatility index, which tracks investor uncertainty and market swings, has doubled so far this year. During such periods of price declines, many investors may feel overwhelmed and tempted to make drastic moves in their portfolios. However, legendary investor Warren Buffett strongly opposes this line of thinking. Having navigated through more than a dozen major market downturns, Buffett firmly believes that taking a contrarian stance and maintaining a long-term perspective are the keys to succeeding in the stock market. Warren Buffett offers 3 essential insights for navigating bear markets. When a bear market occurs, it means that stock prices are trending downward. However, this does not necessarily reflect a decline in the true value of companies based in the United States. Buffett urges investors to view stocks not as mere numbers, but as agreements that grant them a partial ownership in real businesses. Similarly, if you invest in a Standard & Poor's 500 index fund, you are essentially purchasing a share of the future profit-generating ability of American corporations. If the Standard & Poor's 500 index were to decline by 50% from its peak, it would allow investors to acquire ownership in American enterprises at a 50% markdown. According to Buffett, this is why bear markets can actually be a blessing for investors. Individuals, especially those who are young, should be thrilled by falling prices because it gives them a chance to build ownership in businesses at a discounted rate. This attitude ties directly into another well-known piece of Buffett wisdom: be greedy when others are fearful. When stock prices plummet plummet, it is often a reflection of widespread panic, with many investors making short-term decisions based on sensational headlines. This is precisely the time when Buffett believes that successful investors should think differently from the crowd and act accordingly. To put this mindset into practice, Buffett's investment in Moody's during the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis serves as a powerful example. While many investors panicked due to Moody's involvement in the subprime mortgage debacle, and the stock fell by approximately 80% from its peak, Buffett saw an opportunity. Through his investment company Berkshire Hathaway, he acquired shares of Moody's while others were fleeing the market. As a result, Berkshire Hathaway became the largest shareholder. Since the start of 2011, shares of Moody's have increased nearly 20 times in value, making it one of Buffett's most successful investments in this century. Buffett consistently advocates for a long-term outlook when it comes to investing. One of his favorite ways to communicate this is through a thought experiment. If the stock market were to shut down for the next 10 years, and you could not make any trades during that time, would you still be comfortable holding your current portfolio? If your answer is no, then your investment approach may be too focused on the short term. According to Buffett, if you are unwilling to hold a stock for 10 years, you should not own it for even 10 minutes. This perspective becomes especially helpful during bear markets, which, while difficult, tend to be relatively short-lived, usually lasting less than a year. If your investment time horizon spans a decade or longer, it becomes significantly easier to endure temporary declines. Over time, stock prices tend to align with the actual earning capabilities of the businesses they represent. The key takeaway here is to adopt a long-term viewpoint, think independently from the crowd, and treat stocks as ownership in actual businesses rather than just numbers on a screen. By following Warren Buffett's timeless advice, you will be better equipped to handle any future bear markets with confidence and clarity. For more stock news updates, remember to press the like button and subscribe. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.